Hey, kitty girls, it's Sunday, January 19th, 2025, and welcome to Cubs Out Loud Drag Race, episode number 2 of season 17. We're going to be covering Drag Queens Got Talent Part 2 and Monopulence. Or something like that, some crazy fucked up word that they made up. Anyways, for those of you that don't know, my name's Gary. With me is my ever fabulous co-host.
Hello, everyone. It's Damon. Welcome.
So, all right, I got to start off with this. So, episode 2. Where's it? No. Get your fact fan out, girl. This is not shit. This is fact.
Okay.
Because I'm going to draw attention to something. So, episode 2 is called Drag Queens Got Talent Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Drag Queens Got Talent Part 1?
Yeah. It was technically the Squirrel Games.
Correct. That was the name of episode 1.
Yeah.
So, in order to have a part 2, you have to have a part 1.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes.
No.
The ass does not come before the front end. I'm sorry. That's not how that works.
No.
Anyways, that got under my skin when I saw what the title was. I was like, wait, where's part 1? And I was like, oh, they must be inferring.
They had the Drag Queen Got Talent as part of the thing, because the whole episode was called Squirrel Games, but the Squirrel Games had nothing to do with the fucking episode whatsoever, right? Like that's what we're going for, right? Like that's the thing that we're talking about, right? Okay, fine. Okay, yeah.
Girl, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You are so not wrong. Yes,
just saying.
Squirrel Games was supposed to be the theme of the episode, and it was actually only the intro, and then never really comes back around again. And then Raider Queen came back, which kind of has nothing to do with anything. Although that does come back in episode 3. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
Welcome to the drama, children. All right. So why don't we jump in to our first segment here?
Let's do it.
All right.
Racers, start your engines, and may the best drag queen win.
All right, so it's put the pedal to the metal. As we said, we're going to be discussing episodes 2 and 3. These are our thoughts on both of these episodes combined. So in Put the Pedal to the Metal, we're going to be discussing the swerves, serves, and nerves. So serves are positive things, swerves are negative things, and nerves could be positive or negative, just depending on how severe the action is by said contestant or queen. With that being said, Damon, who are you giving serves to?
So I'm going to give a serve, and this will come again later, but I am giving a serve to Monopulence, and specifically Ariete. I am, at first I was very concerned about this girl. I will own, I was a little, I love the makeup, I love kind of the elven, alien, whatever she's going for, and I'm kind of like, great. And then my issue was when they got to the talent show, and she was kind of doing this is like first episode 1. She was doing a more like traditional dance, but she still had her makeup on, and it just looked the contrast was contrasting very, very heavily. This episode, though, she toned it down and provided a really beautiful look. Like all of everything worked. Like the red into the puffy sleeves, and then the hair pieces, the little accents on there, it all just really, really worked for me, and I was really, really loving it. So she gets my serves. I think it was a really good look. I do feel like it deserved top placement. Maybe should have won over someone else's, but maybe. But I'll get to. I'm on the fence. Like I love them both for different reasons. It doesn't help that one of them, the other one, was my favorite color. So, but that's beside the point. But that's the thing.
Right.
But I really did love. I loved Ariete's look, and I love that she, even though the judges didn't really critique much in the first 2 episodes. I don't know if she heard it through the grapevine or whatever, but like they were talking, like Michelle was talking about that like makeup choice and the contrast
Mm-hmm.
and concerns, and either she got the note or she heard the note somewhere else and just went with it. But yeah, good for her. Good on her.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I do agree that she made a good presentation in the third episode
Right.
for the runway challenge, like to make her own outfit to the theme.
Hmm.
I would agree with
Yeah.
that.
What about you?
Hands down, episode 2, the lip sync entertainment. And I'm not talking about the lip sync for your life. I'm talking about the I'm talking about the actual winning, like going head to head for the challenge.
Realistic for the win.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, strong beginning to the season,
Mm-hmm.
and was really impressed. So, like, I honestly have to say, I think it's been a while since I think we've had a season with some really strongly skilled contestants.
Yeah.
Like I think honestly, out of the 14, there's like 3 understandably that are at the lowest in terms of skill,
Mm-hmm.
possibly experience. And then it just kind of goes up from there. And it is super obvious who is seasoned, who is a veteran, and who is pageant. And I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
pageant in a negative way. I mean pageant as in polished, as in like thinks of all the details, is aware of the optics,
Right.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
I was really impressed and was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. Got it. I also thought it was interesting because there was a little bit of discussion about how, like, if you're, a buck and jump queen, like, and you did that for your talent, then what are you going to do for a lip sync?
Mm. I mean, true. I'm gonna talk about talent shows in a bit because I just but
Okay.
but but yeah, I kind of agree in a way
Right.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was, I don't know, I guess it was refreshing. And
Mm.
because I don't know any of these contestants in any way, shape, or form, like, never heard of them before, not familiar with them, like, I think it's easier to be a blank slate as an
Mm.
audience member to watch them and then see what they present
Fair.
and go from there. So that was the reason for that.
Mm.
So moving on, swerves. Oh boy, Damon.
So I have two,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna just have to talk about this.
Uh-huh.
Um, talent show. Um, I This is really the first 2 episodes. I have questions, comments, critiques about the quote unquote talent that you are
Mm-hmm.
presenting. Um, don't get me wrong, performing a number on the stage is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Writing lyrics, if you wrote the lyrics to the song and then recorded it and all that stuff is great. But to me, it is not worthy of the word talent in a talent show
Mm-hmm.
because it's something realistically most, if not all, of the queens can do or should be able to do. Now, well, that's to be determined. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I'll just put it as a perfect example. Um, I would never suggest Bianca Del Rio is a great lip syncer ever.
Okay.
Is she good on a mic? Can she talk the shit out of you? Can she give you some jokes? Absolutely. But a like performer of a song, not so great. I'll just own that. I'll just say that.
Right.
But if she were to go on to but on the flip of that, if she were to go into a talent show and her talent was her lip syncing to a song, I would want to like be like, okay, let me see what you do here because I've not seen you do that before.
Fair.
If other girl, well, I've technically seen it. She did the lip sync to the RuPaul song. We all saw that, but that's another thing. That was the show. Anyway, they all did that. Anyway, but my thought would be that most of these girls are doing lip sync numbers on the daily, several times a week, sometimes, maybe twice a day, depending on the show. It's not enough. So again, when you add something to it, a la Lexi Love and her skating, like that was something. Like that's added an element to it. And we heard in the Untucked from Georges, who knows her from Play, which is the drag bar. There's one in Nashville and one in Louisville, that like they're performing 7 numbers a night, like 2 or 3 times a week. And I was like, girl.
Yeah, because they did the math. Monet was blown away. I think it's 7 members in the cast, 8 numbers a night.
Yeah.
56 numbers in a show. So, like, over what, 3 hours?
Something like that.
So, like, if there's 180 minutes in 3 hours, that's like 3.5 minutes per routine per queen, back to 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 back.
Right.
Like,
very little breaks.
Well, and my thought was, that sounds crazy as a show.
It is. So
I was like,
So I've been to play in. I went to play in Nashville, and I went there Memorial Day weekend a couple of years ago. It is something, like the girls, and it literally, they do a number. There's usually no repeats. Like, I just want you to understand, unless there's like a high known, well known guest star kind of thing. Most of the time, it's like, you do the number, you come out, you perform, you sing, or maybe not sing, you like dance around, you do some flips, you add some like reveal or whatever, and then you collect your tips, and then you go. And they may give you a little bit of time, but once that number's done, and it's like you go off stage, and then it's like, and walk to the stage, here's the next girl, and here's her information, and then out she comes. And it's quick. It's nice if you are there for like to be entertained and to watch the show.
Right.
You're getting a show
every
time. So there was one girl, I remember, she was fucking amazing. She was a great dancer. Anyway, but that's sort of what I mean. Like for a girl like Lexi, if she had just come out and just lip sync to a song,
right.
Yeah. Now add to the next element of this swerve moment. And I know you're going to talk about this later, but Hormona's save. I'm just going to call it what it is. I think it was bullshit. I think it was production. I think it was just the weirdest person to save. But again, not strategically, production wise, it made the most sense, because obviously you want the drama. So what more drama would it be to where every queen, most of the queens, were like, we want this bitch gone, and then they do the lip sync, which it wasn't a great lip sync, just gonna say that, from either one of the girls. I was saying that night while we were watching it, I was saying, like, you should probably send them both home.
And the winner is... we have a tie! Tie? Oh my God. What you mean tie?
But anyway, but for Hormona to get, like, hey, here you go, here's the thing, like, you get sent, you're eliminated. But wait, What a twist, eh? Badunkadunk tank, pick a lever. There's two potential winners. Nice. And she out of the of the 10, 9,
10.
yeah, 10 levers, picks the one that works. Cool. Because that's totally connected to the dunk tank. The levers that have absolutely nothing underneath them. There's no way that there's something under the stage that is connected to anything over here on the dunk tank that's several feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Of course. Hmm. I just think the save was unnecessary. I think it was bullshit, and I'm giving the swerve to that because fuck that. I I am not a fan of Miss Hormona.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm just not a fan.
So what I'm hearing from you is
I decline.
yes.
I decline.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Baby. Anyway, Gary.
We'll circle back to that. My swerve is for episode 2, Corey King's runway look preparation. So apparently Corey got their hands on Monet Exchange's world tour, one of her outfits. It's still not clear how this happened because Monet kind of didn't seem to take ownership back in reviewing the episode 2 that Corey got a hold of her garment.
Right.
And it was also confusing to me because I thought Corey at first was saying that it was a replica of Monet's outfit, but then apparently it was the authentic outfit. So I was confused. I was not sure what was happening. The point is, it was ill-fitting.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And that's where it was a swerve. Like, and it was funny because, was it Naomi made reference about how now they're old enough as Drag Race alumni that today's queens are referencing them as previous queens, like their looks and stuff.
Right.
Which was a little head trippy, but for them, I should say. So it was just a disappointment for me because I was like, had you executed it spot on and amazingly well, you would have gotten all the flowers.
Right.
And then if you revealed that it was Monet's outfit, oh, how fun is that? Like, as a little factoid. Right. But the fact that you didn't execute it that well, girl.
It was, yeah, it was sloppy. And I don't know. So I'm trying to grab, like, I'm looking at some of the stuff here. And where's the picture? There it is. I'm just like, and I'm trying to, like, again, this is me just thinking. If it's the original outfit, meaning somehow Corey King got her hands on the exact outfit. If that was the case, then unless she's borrowing it, which it doesn't sound like, at least she's not borrowing it from Monet, because Monet didn't seem to know fully what it was about.
Right.
If she's borrowing it, then there's a possibility that she couldn't do anything to alter it. Like, at all. Like, couldn't fit it, couldn't do anything to it, because technically it still belongs to the designer, whoever, or belongs to Monet, and you don't want to edit it. Maybe that's the case. But I don't think that's the case.
Right.
I think knowing, having seen Money Exchange in person and looking at Corey King's proportions, they are not the same, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Two, um, because of that, I feel she swapped the shirts. Like I'm looking at the picture, I feel like she swapped the shirts, like the button-down shirt,
Mm.
because the picture that I have up is the picture of her, after the reveal, and it's just the back of this, what looks like to me a plain white button-down dress shirt,
Mm.
possibly even a men's. So it's possible to me that the shirt that came with the outfit didn't fit Corey's proportions,
Mm-hmm.
so she put this other one on.
Mm.
Because that's the only thing you cannot flub in that outfit. The jacket could be a little too small, but that's coming off really quickly anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom, sorry, had to get close, could be a stretchier material so that it could go out a bit more, maybe. But and then obviously the stuff that was on top, like the big fluffy skirt, could fit most anyone as long as it fits at the waist. But the shirt couldn't flub. You had to do something else with it, and I don't think she could. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and if she bought a shirt to wear for the outfit, then she didn't have it tailored
No,
for her
either. Right.
build
Mm-mm.
as a woman, quote
Uh-huh.
unquote, to accentuate the bust and take it in at the waist and blah 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 blah. So yeah.
Yeah, and it just became baggy. And then to add insult to injury, and I kind of feel this way because Raja mentions it in the fashion photo review.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird choice to present yourself in another queen's outfit on the runway. Take homage, make
Right.
homage, do something that like is kind of like what Naomi was talking about, like reference a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. If you had referenced Monet Exchange's sponge like dress or something along those lines, like ha ha ha, we get it, it's cute, blah 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 blah, that kind of thing. But to grab her exact outfit, if it is the exact outfit, and wear it on the runway as your own,
Right.
kind of messy,
Yeah. Strange.
odd. It's
Yeah.
an odd choice, but I guess I'm glad it's good that she got it over with because
Yeah, but it was really risky this early in the competition.
true.
You're trying to make an impression, and right now, personality wise, like charisma, I think Corey has it. Uniqueness, nerve,
Well,
like, and that's where I'm
uniqueness,
like,
uniqueness is weird. You can't really say it because you literally just use someone else's shit.
well, she's not standing out to me as unique amongst the group. It's
That's
all
true.
about her personality. Like, she hasn't presented anything original or new. Like, she's already been kind of referenced as to like giving homage to like RuPaul, like
Yeah.
being a long-legged, tall black drag queen that wears big hair, like, and you know what I mean, with certain kind of proportions and stuff. So yeah, that's not unique. You know,
No.
it's kind of like something we've seen before. So
Right.
I don't know. Like, I like her, and yet it's not really coming across as something specific. And I thought that this was really a swerve. I was like, I just wish she had done something different.
I agree.
So,
Like I'm looking, like I look at some of like her looks,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, hmm, hmm. I want to. I don't know. I just there's a part of me that wonders, is this her thing? Does she emulate other girls? Does she have an actual?
Right.
I mean, I'm just looking, like one of the trivia things is Corey went viral in 2021 for looking like famous TikToker Spence Wua. Don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Like it's just there's stuff here that I'm like I'm very curious and concerned about.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to Nerve.
Okay.
It has to be said. So, David, I mean, you can serve it up. I mean, I will lead you off with this.
We all have choices. Some of us make the wrong ones.
Okay. So I put down as my nerve is Joella's delusions. WTF. And the reason I put WTF is so many times in my notes, I literally wrote like 3 or 4 times, what the fuck, Joella? Like WTF, Joella. What the fuck? So, harkening back to episode 2, Untucked, Joella has pretty much said, I'm gonna keep it real. I tell it like it is, blah 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 blah. Then she goes on to drag down Lana Zaray's and Corey King's numbers in the drag league that she wasn't impressed, and then she talks about Hormona and she didn't enjoy her, while at the same time looking the way she looked. I'm sorry, that look was terrible. It wasn't cute. It wasn't original. It wasn't fun. It could have been,
Right.
but it never went there. I genuinely hated that wig. I think that wig was atrocious. That was a tragedy to wig kind. There were so many things that could have just been done. If they had been executed better, it might have worked better. Mm-hmm. But in this instance, it didn't. That part. That was things, and just overall, I'm just sitting here like, how dare you sit here and critique these girls on the numbers that they did when you did a number that was pretty much unmemorable. That part. Because I don't even like the only thing I remember honestly is her name, because she kept saying it over and over and over again. Going into this next episode, the delusion continues. I'm gonna talk about this again later, but how can you, as a queen who apparently is a fan of the show, is in LA, is somehow, I will assume, connected to all of the other girls, brew girls and what have you in the drag scene in LA, because there are a lot of them, and you walk onto this show not knowing how to sew? Like, how? What made you think that that was going to be okay?
I don't think she cared.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, cool. I can give you that. I'll give you that. Yeah. I don't think she cared. Because she doesn't. Or she was delusional to think, oh, I'll get by somehow. Because it has happened. Don't get me wrong. We've seen queens that do it before. It does. This thing that can happen. Okay.
I don't think she plans to win.
So, going to that, I want to talk about her in Untucked for episode 3. That was the weirdest fucking breakdown I've seen on this show in a long time. I understand the emotions are high, but that sounded like,
yes,
like I'm referring to this is if you're a Glee, you kind of remember this. There's a moment in Glee where Santana is breaking down and she's all like I thought they were like, love me and it'd be about me. And that's kind of what it sounded like when Joelle was speaking. Like, I feel so bad for me because all of the people, I'm so embarrassed because how are the other girls from LA? Because I'm such this iconic That's the word she fucking used. I'm an icon in LA. Girl, please. I even wrote that shit down. Girl, please. Um I I don't know where this idea of you being this iconic LA queen came from.
Mhm.
Um so far in these 3 episodes, I have got nothing but basic.
Mm.
I have not been shocked. I have not been surprised. I've not been like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing or talented or whatever. I've not gotten any of that. So how are you like the premier Asian queen of LA? Um, how? Because I would love to know. Are you putting that caveat of like the Asian queen in there because you need to say that? Because right now, nothing to me. Don't get me wrong. Apparently, you have the confidence because you said to Lucky Stars, like, I'm confident that I will win this lip sync. And I was like, girl, who the fuck you are? Like, because that came from that was a choice. That was a choice because I thought we were gonna have this moment. You were like you brought her like you were off to the side. It was the two of you. You kind of have a feeling you're going to be in the bottom. Granted, you didn't bring Corey over, but whatever. But like you had this moment, and like I thought you were going to have this moment. I was going to be really, really like I was like, oh, okay. You're going to have this moment where no matter like you're going to say something inspirational or no matter what kind of thing, and you laid that shit down with the confidence of someone who is either paying their way through, because that's what it sounded like to me. Because there's no way you could be that confident that you were going to stay. Because you never know in the grand scheme of things. You never know in this show. You never know who production has planned. You never know what's going on unless you do. Because you are an LA girl. Maybe you've heard something, but whatever.
Mm.
But it just bothers me how confident you are and how you said that to Lucky, knowing how she was feeling, knowing how down she was in this moment. I get it. No one wants to be the first girl to go home,
Mm.
but you have yet to ask, like, to give flowers to the other girls. Yet.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
So I had a lot to say this.
you did. It all kind of came down to this one thing.
What the fuck you doing here?
She completely has decided to be the antagonist. She is going to be the quote unquote villain. And I'm like, well, you're not really a villain. You're just being a cunt. It's different. You're being memorable. You don't expect to win. You're going to last as long as you can. And unfortunately, I do think she's playing into production's hands and she's giving them exactly what they want. So they're going to keep her around because we're talking about her. Like,
Yep.
we're engaging.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And it
But to be fair, there will come a breaking point in another 2 episodes. Unless some people make some disastrous mistakes, she's gonna have to go home.
Yeah.
She's gonna be in the first third because she just doesn't have it.
No.
I mean, she's got nerve. Like out of the 4, she is serving nerve.
Right.
House down boots, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that confidence is like rubbing people raw and is bewildering and befuddling.
Getting on my last nerve.
I mean, we already got another queen on your nerve, and she ain't it. So, like, you're the one that's like trying to like take that portion of things, and it's wild. But I was like, oh yeah, you are completely made for television, like, and
I mean,
but I also kind of wonder. I'm just gonna say this. This is going really out on a limb. She may need medication. It just hasn't been diagnosed or isn't taking it. Because she does seem to have a lack of social awareness. So she just says things.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, like, be damned the consequence. And there's a part of me that wonders, like, is that a choice or is that something you kind of can't help? And we just don't know that about you. And would we feel different if we knew that you were diagnosed with some form of Asperger's or a condition in which like you don't pick up on social cues necessarily and you just say things.
Right.
It just turns out that the camera is showing us all the things that you're saying are not nice, like, and are not, uplifting or positive or good or any of that. I don't know, but
there's something going on because every time, like, I'm just saying, I'm looking at again, I'm looking at her, like, her, her promo looks and other stuff, and it's just, I am not seeing something that is impressing me.
Right. No, I agree. She's giving good face, but early drag, like early baby drag.
Mm-hmm.
Full of attitude, and it takes more than that. Just saying.
Yep.
In terms of like her breakdown in Untucked, girl, a part of me was like, were you auditioning for Juilliard? Is that what that was?
Oh, someone even wrote it down. Oh, wow. Hold on. It's listed in her memorable quotes. Oh, no. Do we have time? We have time. Hold on. No, I'm really scared for the girls back home to see this because in LA, I'm literally known for my looks. I'm known to be opulent. I feel like I'm not doing as well on the show as I wanted to. And it was one of my biggest fears because I feel like so many times someone that's considered like an icon in local drag, and then it says Shady Rattle, comes in the show and then they disappoint their community.
Again, back to your comment, Joella's delusions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when she put all that out there, I was like, is that what you prepared for your Oscar-winning speech, girl? Because I really do feel like that was an act. Like that was a put on. The words sound good, but I'm not buying it. I could go see that at the local theater on the stage. I can see that from the queen that thinks she's given it her all, when in fact you are no Sally Field, ma'am. Nope, not happening today. That is called overacting.
Hold on. Let me get the popcorn out.
It is. It's just the moment she started, I was like, what is she doing? And I was like, oh, is this your choice? Okay. This is your choice.
And like I said, like the similar thing that happened with her when she talked to when she was talking to Lucky. The same thing happened here. Like I was like, oh, she's genuinely afraid. She's genuinely like worried. She's genuinely scared of like all of this. No one wants to, like I said, no one wants to go home first. Mm-hmm. But she's genuinely scared. Like she's like seeing the writing on the wall, and she's worried. And I'm like, the way you said that, the words that came out of your mouth there, Are you really scared?
Right. Her behavior has been erratic.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little manic.
Mm-hmm.
I think she swings a little severe, but also, and I will say, I only say that if she's sincere.
Right.
I don't know if she's 100% sincere. I think that thing in Untucked was a lot of acting. That's just me.
Speaking of Untucked, Gary.
Yes. So in episode 2, the queens were untucked and unleashed. And let me just say this. By the way, have you watched Bussy Queen, the most recent one?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm kind of on the same train as Bussy Queen on YouTube. Hey, girl. She is living for this season because, mama, like, they are entertaining.
Yes.
And that is what I've been getting. And in season 2, the Untucked was entertaining. Like, I did not get bored. I did not find myself wanting to check out. I did not find myself wanting to play it at 1.5 or 2 times speed. Like, I was actually intrigued and interested and kind of wondering what the fuck is going on. Like, because it was a little all over the place. And I'm still not sure how I feel about this social media queen camera aspect thing that they're doing with the iPhone on the little, like, you know, stand thing, or the iPhone in the refrigerator thing. Like, you know, it's very social media gaming, like, pushing the envelope. Like, but to be fair, we have a whole bunch of younger queens, and like, so that's the medium that they know. It's just, you don't get to control it, girl. Like, you don't get to select the filter. You don't get to edit it. You don't get to add all the fun stuff to it. The editors do that. So I don't know how I feel about that, but this is positive. I do think it do take nerve, and they are untucked and unleashed, and it is definitely something to behold.
Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying, and maybe that's why I'm liking this season so much. I'm not saying this is like like old season, like 1, 2, 3 kind of shenanigans, but it feels very much like we're no longer caring as much about how well we look to everyone.
I will say, I will say this: it is giving me echoes of single-digit season realness. Because it is said that the single-digit girls were very authentic, especially the first 3 to 4 seasons. Like, there was no template; they didn't know what they were doing. Like, it was a whole different world. Social media and the internet wasn't where it is today. You know, we are 224 queens into this show now, or whatever. So it is a very different landscape for the US, like, you know, main franchise. And I do think that this particular batch is stepping out or stepping away or in a different direction from previous seasons, where I think there's a lot of like, we're going to be careful. We're going to try to not piss off the fans. Like, we're going to like not rock the boat. We're not going to cause like shitty online drama. And I think, I don't know, I just think they kind of collectively, and maybe Lexi has been like the guiding principle of this in terms of like talking with the rest of the queens. I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point. But the thing is I really feel like there's been a little bit more of a united, like, I don't give a fuck kind of attitude in some of how they're behaving. But I think that's because to them, they're like, it's called entertainment. It's called television, baby. Get with it. So I think this might be a generation that has been raised on nothing but reality television. So they have seen The Housewives. They have seen like The Challenge. They have seen Traitors. They have seen, you know, Survivor and Big Brother. And so like they've seen all of these different personality types that get in front of a camera. And so I think they're like, I can do that too. And I can, you know, navigate my way through this. I think that's part of what we're seeing. Yeah. So that being said, you ready to move on to our next section?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, it's time for snaps and eye rolls, aka the highs and the lows of these particular episodes. These are things that stood out to us that we really want to give a shout out for. So what is the thing or things that you're giving snaps for, Damon?
So as I kind of I was like, I thought I was muted. Oh shit. As I said earlier, I'm giving another snaps to Monopulence. I did really like this category, and I love the fact that they gave the queens like actual fabrics to use. But the twist was that three girls, for most of them, only had so much to like. They each had a color, so I thought that was kind of a cute way to twist it. Although with this one in particular, there are only two girls, so they had blue, and it's going to Sam Star. My snaps are going to Sam Star. I love the story that we got from her this past episode. I love the look overall. Um, I can tell that she is Trinity's daughter. I can tell. I don't know how quickly she made that, but it was very well made. It looked very well done. It was well executed. I could tell where she was going for, what she was going for with it, and I loved all of the little elements, the fan and the hat and just the glove, everything. It just all worked. The using the jewels as like a sleeve almost. It just all worked really, really, really well. I thought it was really well made and well executed. So snaps to you, Miss Sam. And again, I did love this design challenge using actual fabric, giving the queens actual fabric to do their numbers with, to do their looks with.
Yes.
Just saying.
No, I would agree. Sam definitely killed it.
Yeah.
Like, kind of, like, put the rest of them to shame.
It's like, again,
like it's almost in a different category.
If I were to put like again, for me, Sam and Arietti are like up there, like in terms of look and delivering and craftsmanship. They're both like up there to me. I feel like Sam beats her out by a bit because there are so many fun elements in this look.
Well, I just think it's polished.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I definitely think if it's a 1, 2, 3, I definitely think it's Sam, and then it's Arietti, and then I would have given third to Anya. Like, because we're looking at a whole package.
Right.
And all three of them delivered not only a completed outlook on the runway, but also they made a presentation.
Right.
So, yes. Like,
yeah.
But, like, I don't know. Like, to be fair, the way they edited it, we didn't really get much from Sam, and it seems like she had her head down the whole damn time, and it shows.
Yeah, again, and it's entirely possible that she was like, "Fuck all y'all bitches and all your fucking drama,"
right?
Because I'm gonna sit here and work. Because it looked like to me that her and Crystal were like, we're going to talk for like 10 seconds, like, 20, 30, a minute or two, because the producers need us to do something.
Correct.
And then we're going to get to work. And because they got to work.
Well, it's funny because like when RuPaul came in the room and she was like, oh, and one more thing. Dun, dun, dun. Before I go, I just happened to see this backstage, so I figured I'd bring it in the room and do with it what you want. And she brings the receipts of the Rata Queen. And honestly, this was one of the best parts for me because I love how Arietti and them were getting really bent out of shape in confessional. And they were like, I thought I voted in confidence. Like, this was private and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh no, girl. No. Like it was, you were going to be known no matter what. Like whether Mama Roo comes in with this Kinko's FedEx, like spiral bound printout, like book, or like the editors show it on screen. Like it was going to be known. Like there was nothing private about it. But I will say, I think Crystal and Sam were probably annoyed at this part because they were most likely like, God damn it, like I got work to do. Like I ain't got time to stand around and fucking look at this book like and give a shit. And yet they still did it, and they still played up the drama, because Sam was bent out of shape about being ranked low. But yeah, so like no, I agree with you. I think they put their nose down. Like I think they quickly sketched out items and they got to it. So yes, for certain, for sure. But I really do think that Sam went above and beyond. Like, just honestly, I still find it questionable that she did it all on her own.
Ooh.
Like with her materials, because it was so good. Like I was just like, wow, like that is a number you can wear anywhere. Like you could wear that in a Broadway show. Hands down, easily.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, like it was so well like executed and polished. Like it had everything properly done, and I was just like, the fuck. Anyways, so my snaps. This is one of my favorite parts. So in episode 3, honey, the rules apply, and the makeup mirror drama. So. And apparently, according to Bussy, this isn't all of it.
Right.
Like, so apparently before the cameras were on, Lexi Love came for Hermona. And who was the other one?
Lydia.
Yeah.
Lydia?
And no, I think it was Susie. I thought they said Susie. Like there was accusations that 2 of the queens used materials that were their own and were not supplied. And what happened was apparently on camera, Hormona made an issue of the fact that she got ratted out, and so she had to remove all the crystals from her gown that she had brought and stoned on herself. And that put her in a mood. And was it Crystal was like saying, I'm just going to give you space, girl, because I can tell that you're you're mad and you're in a mood and blah, blah, blah. And it becomes this thing. And I love the fact that Lexi was like, rules are rules. Like, don't be fucking around. Like, I didn't come into this to try to win $200,000 and have you bitches fucking cheat. That's not what we're doing here. Not on this day.
Right.
And Mama, I was living for it. Like, this is why I was saying, it's been a long time since there's been entertainment of this level, and it was so strong. That being said, I also want to talk about briefly how Anya took the trim and Jules Sparkles got bent out of shape about it. And this whole back and forth. And other queens started piping in. And Corey, I think Corey in confessional said, she's like, I'm going to stop doing my makeup. I'm going to stop my mug just so I can pay attention to this. Like, I was like, here we go.
It's so...
Because I will say this, like, while it is entertaining to the television audience, to you and me as ladies of an age, this shit going down is the drag community of the 90s and 80s. This is the I put ground glass in her powder. I threw out marbles on the stage.
Through the pearls.
Yes. Like this is that kind of petty drama shit. Like, I put capsaicin spray in her tucking panty. Girl, I've heard stories. Cut up her dress and, with a razor blade before she had to wear it out on stage. Like, I mean, there has been some nasty, nasty stuff. And this drama that we're seeing on the screen is not that nasty, to be fair.
No.
But it harkens to that, like, you did this and you're calling me out and girl, I'm not having it and that's not fair. And well, those aren't the rules. And I did what I needed to. Like that whole back and forth thing.
Right.
I was like, you can't tell me production was just not sitting back there going, they're just like rubbing their hands, like loving every second of it.
You have to think about it. And I think Monet or Naomi, because I just watched the episode.
Yeah.
And they're like, Ariette, not Arietti. Who was Jules talking to? Was she talking to Arietti? I think she was. Yeah.
Yes.
Whoever she was talking to. Yeah, Jules and Arietti, like they have their corner, and Jules is sitting there talking about the moment, and not even like next
2 seats away.
Over, literally 2 fucking seats away.
Yes.
Is Anya. And I'm like, if you did you not see her there?
Oh no, she knows.
Oh, I bet she did.
And she didn't care. Like she I think she was tempting the whole circumstance.
True.
And she probably knew Anya enough that she was betting it's 50-50 whether Anya's going to say something or she's just going to not say something. And Anya was like, "Oh no, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't talk about me like I'm not in the room. I am right here."
Yeah. Right. And again, and you know what? Like Jim and I talked about it afterwards, and I will say it's this weird, like, what were the rules as written in the moment? No one really knows. We know it wasn't a team challenge. Like, so that's part of it. Like, we know it wasn't a team thing. So it was every queen for herself.
Right.
So to me, that means what's mine is mine. You can ask for it.
Right.
But what's mine is mine. And if you ask for it and I say no, then it's not yours.
But here's the thing. And this is where I think the audience might be divided on what Anya did, because I feel like some people are saying to themselves, Anya broke the rules. And you started off with saying, but what are the rules? And I feel like saying there are no rules. There is a presumption of morality and fairness.
Right.
And because remember when they were talking about who claimed things, and I think it was Arietti was the one that defended Jules. And when Anya said, and I claimed it because I needed it. And she was like, but were you the first? Like,
no, that was Crystal.
That was the whole point, was that like, just because it was sitting there and it wasn't being used in that moment doesn't mean you had right to take it.
Right. And that's the thing. And I'm on this, like, I mean, it's in the past, but like, obviously it's in because the show's airing now, but like, no, like, again, we don't know the rules of this thing.
Right.
As you said, there aren't any.
Right.
To me, it's a matter of every queen for herself. You can maybe ask around if you need something, but you don't always get it.
Right.
But it's at the discretion. It's very much a like, not Project Runway. Oh gosh, it just left my head. It's like Top Shelf or Master Shelf, like or Chopped, whatever, where you've got this entire pantry of things,
right?
And you can grab what you need, but everyone has access to it,
right?
So if I grab all the butter, and you need butter,
right?
You can't have butter unless you ask for it and I give you some.
Correct. And I think that's how all the queens in the room except for Anya felt. I think they were all like, because then Anya's like, well, then I would have asked. And Jules immediately was like, you did. And I said no. And I was like, I was like, that's why Jules is mad, because you did ask and she told you no and you still took it. That's why she's mad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I think that's part of it, but I love it.
Yes.
I did love it. I loved it.
So for me, that I'm giving snaps just for the entertainment of it. Like, there's a part of me that kind of hopes this petty little shit keeps coming up and doesn't get boring or annoying. Because at least
Bitch,
in this
you
episode,
stole my trim.
yeah,
Bitch, you stole my trim.
yeah,
I didn't steal your trim. I took it. Like,
yes. In this episode, it was good. I just hope like it doesn't get tried or whatever. But all right, let's move on. Eye rolls, Damon. What are you giving eye rolls for? Oh, okay.
here we go, y'all. So I'm going to look up the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race season 17. And I'm going to scroll down or wherever she's at on this list.
I was gonna say it's in the doc if you're going for what I think you're going for.
No. Lexi Love. Lexi Love is old, according to the show. Like they all the other queens cracked on that so hard during episode 2. Like she's old, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. According to the wiki, she's 33 at the time of taping. 33. Bitch. Shut up. Fuck all y'all. I hate it so much.
Mama, this is garbage.
Yes.
So much.
Yes.
Again, now don't get me wrong. As I look at the ages of the other girls, I can understand where that has a quote unquote reality. Because some of the girls are 9-10 years younger than her.
Because in order, it goes Lexi, then Anya, then Hormona.
Right. 33, 31, 30.
Yeah.
And then 28 for Lucky. Right.
And Ariete.
27 and Ariete. And then 27 for Acacia, 26, I see Chris. I'm just going up and down, so I'm probably missing girls. But anyway, but like I said, the fact that we harped on this Lexi is old thing,
right?
My eyes rolled so hard. It just, it sucks to me. It hurt. It hurt so much. Because old apparently is 33. It boggles my mind.
Right.
That old is apparently 33. I remember when so a local girl Penetration from season 5 got on the show and she was 39, 40 at that point.
Right.
Like, it hurts so bad.
I know.
It hurts. It hurts so much. I roll.
And your second part?
The sewing game. Oh, sorry.
I mean, that's self-evident.
Yeah.
I know what it's about.
Yeah. Again, I mentioned this earlier, and maybe I mentioned it during pre-show. And this time it was oh God, her name just left me. T.S. Madison.
T.S. Madison.
T.S. Madison. 17 seasons. I is nobody ready. Oh, love it. I've said this pretty much every time a sewing challenge comes up, and girls come on the show and they don't know how to sew. Why? How? Pick up go to a class. You can learn it in YouTube. It's not that hard. I mean, I'm not saying it's not that hard. Let me rephrase. Learn before you walk onto this show, onto this stage.
Right.
Just take a class. Like Anya indicated, she said, like, I've not done, like, she's those sewing machines and she did it, but she had never made a garment, which is weird. But I would think that, like, again, it makes sense to me that a queen would be crafty and would know how to make things if nothing else, make something that they need for a number. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it can be something that they can put together really quickly, and then it falls apart like 2 days later. But it is
Right.
something that they throw together for an outfit, for something that they throw, and it's done. I will add another caveat to it because it's becoming obvious to me. It can't just be about sewing. It also has to be about creating slash executing a look. Because you can be the best seamstress in the world, but if you can't come up with a concept for the challenge, then you're kind of fucked.
Right.
You know, um, and that's kind of where I'm at here. I do think I genuinely don't think a queen should get on this stage and go into this workroom and not know how to sew
That's fair.
or hot glue gun something.
Yeah.
Like just come up with a concept and put it together. Yeah. And I get it. Sorry, my eyes are rolling because I get it. Like drag has become much more popular, and there are probably people out there who are more than willing to create an outfit for you or sell outfits. Like I've been on eBay. I have bought like I as a queen. I've not done it in a long. I've not been on stage in a while, but like I am guilty of not being able to sew. I'm also not planning on ever being on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
Um, a lot of the stuff I have in my closet is things I've bought that another person has made, or it's off the rack, like
Right.
point blank period. I'm just going to call it what it is. Um, you got to know how to put a look together. You have to, especially at this level. And knowing what you know, we've been here 17 seasons. There has not been a season where they have not built an outfit.
Right. No, I agree.
Or 3. you know, so yeah. Thank you, T.S. Madison, for your words of wisdom. While it is a throwback to Devil Wears Prada, I still agree with it. Gary,
very much so. Yeah, this thing, because
It's chocolate.
girl. I had to. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, to be fair, all right, so my eye roll is the badunkadunk tank, aka it's chocolate. That baloney, that ridiculousness, the golden plunger, the whatever these things are that they've done over the years. Get ready, kids, because we've got 8 more. No, wait, we've got seven more of that to come.
Possibly.
No, there are, because there are 10 levers. 1 has won, 1 has not. 8 remaining with 1 winner. So there's 7 more losers and a winner. So get used to that sound, baby. It's
keep playing that shit.
It's insane. We're just gonna have to get used to it, and you know exactly what they're doing. The queen they want to stay, they will save.
I mean, fact. Where's my fact fan?
And I feel like that is what everybody's now well aware of. So this is where the internet is going to judge which episode is the Emmy-winning episode for RuPaul because of her acting when they get saved or they don't get saved.
Damn.
There are compilations on YouTube of the It's Chocolate whole montage.
Oh.
Yes. It's crazy. So we have brought this back, only this time it's levers, and Michelle's going to get in her little swimsuit thing every single time. Now, I wondered how they pulled it off in the first go round, and then they showed you
Yeah,
in the behind the scenes where they ushered them all off the stage and they sequestered them and they kept them away for a while. And then they brought them all back in. Now, you didn't see how they got the ultimate reveal, but if I was a betting man, I would say they put a black screen around Michelle to hide the whole dunk tank and everything when they walked back onto the stage, and all they saw were the levers from behind. So they knew something was up, but they didn't quite know what it was. And what they didn't show us was the cloth drop to actually reveal the tank and Michelle, because I feel like if they'd walked out there and they had seen her in the tank, they all would have been like, the fuck? Like, but anyways. So that's my eye rolls, because they brought it back and, you know, we all knew Lucky was not going to get saved.
I mean,
it was just not possible.
They would not do it 2 in a row. I'm just going to say it.
Well, no, it would defeat the whole purpose.
Yeah.
And as someone else pointed out, it's obvious that like 8 of the queens are getting, or no, all the queens are getting Las Vegas trips. Like, so the lowest 10 are going to get a Las Vegas trip. Maybe all 14, but the lowest 10 are getting a Las Vegas trip. It doesn't matter whether you're saved or not saved. You still get a Las Vegas trip. So Lucky is heartbroken. She's leaving, but girl, you got a Vegas trip out of it.
Hit that one more time.
You should be happy about that, girl.
I mean, I love Vegas. Don't get me wrong, but still, it felt so like it doesn't even feel like a consolation prize. It feels promotional.
Oh, it is.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Okay, it's just sort of like, oh, hey, you get, like, sorry, like you said, sorry you lost, and you're not able to make any more money for your family. That's which is the whole reason why you came on this show. I feel so sad for you. Here's a trip to Vegas.
Right.
That, you know, as someone who has been to Vegas can tell you, unless they are paying for food, it is not cheap to go to Vegas. Right. Trust.
Hopefully there's a cash annuity version. You can just, cash out the prize.
I would love that. Like, can I get it in cash? Because at least then I can, put some food, put some money on, put some food on the table.
Right. Agree. Ooh, excuse me. So with that being said, we want to know your thoughts. There are plenty of ways you can get in touch with us. First of all, you can go to our blog, cubsoutloud.com. You can send us an email, cubsoutloud@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail message. You can call us at 361-COL-TALK. That's 361-265-8255. Pretty much find us anywhere online as Cubs Out Loud. In specific, when it comes to Cubs Out Loud Drag Race, there is a Entourage group where we chat about Cubs Out Loud Drag Race, although it's been a little quiet recently, so I'm not sure who all's watching it. I presume we're all watching it. We just haven't necessarily had the strongest of opinions on there. I see you with your cup of tea. So if you want to join that, you can go to tinyurl.com /telegram-COLDR. If you would like to find out when we're going to be doing our regular show live, not the drag race version, you can go to tinyurl.com /calendar-COL. If you want to support us, there are several ways to do that. You can go to zazzle.com /cubsoutloud, and there are great items that you can get there. For example, Damon is holding up the one and only Cubs Out Loud Drag Race coffee mug that happens to be in 2 tones, so it has our specific COLDR logo on it, along with the logo on the back, and it happens to be color coded on the inside as well, with a matching handle. There are other items you can get there. You can get t-shirts, hats, all sorts of things. I am proud to be wearing our Whatever the Queens Say These Days shirt out of our whatever the line that we came out with. Yes. I thought that was appropriate for this particular episode. You can also become a patron. You can go to patreon.com/cubsoutloud for $1 or more a month. You can get the full extended versions of these particular episodes, both video and audio. We also do have a separate audio feed for Cubs Out Loud Drag Race as well, and there is a playlist on YouTube. Speaking of, you can help promote us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, all those places on there. Share us on YouTube. We would appreciate it. If you would like to get in touch with us, Damon, where would they find you?
If you wish to get in touch with me, you can find me as pup_umbra or on Twitter. That Twitter are pup_79 on Blue Sky. Those are not safe for work. For safe for work, you want DMAGamer79 on Twitter. And apparently now still on TikTok. But you can also find me as DMAGamer79 on Blue Sky as well.
Nice. If you would like to get in touch with me, you can pretty much find me anywhere online as Gerber73. I do technically still have a Twitter account. I haven't been really using it. Gerber73 Drag. So far, I've been blessed that I haven't really been spoiled in anything on Blue Sky, and I kind of like it that way. So we'll see how long that lasts. But with that, we are going to say goodbye. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we're going to see how episodes 4 and 5 go for these queens. Hopefully 2 more will be exiting. It will be whittling down the cast. And we'll see if there's more drama, Mama.
Let's see the competition dwindle.
God bless Corey King, right? See you later, kittens.
Bye-bye.